All right, so today we're going to talk about comparing decimals using a place value chart. So it looks like my biggest place is going to be my tens place, so I'm going to make a nice big place value chart over here before I get started with anything. So I want my tens place, my ones place, my tenths place, and my hundredths place. Those are the places we're going to need today. So on Friday we used number lines and area models. Today we're going to use a place value chart to help us compare our decimals. So if I look at 3A, I have 3 and 4,200. So I don't have any tens here. I have 3 ones, 4 in the tenths place, and a 2 in the hundredths place. If I look at 3 and 7,500s, I have, again, 0 tens, 3 in the ones place, 7 in the tenths place, and 5 in the hundredths place. So just like I would if I was comparing whole numbers, I start in my largest place. In this case, my largest place is the ones. And I see a 3 and a 3. So that tells me that my ones are equal. So I go to my next largest place. In this case, that's the tenths place. I have 4 tenths and I have 7 tenths. So I see 7 tenths is greater than 4 tenths. So my hundredths place doesn't matter. I don't have to look there because my tenths place is different. So my 4 tenths and my 7 tenths is greater. That tells me 3 and 4,200ths is less than 3 and 7,500ths. So this is 3A right here. So let's look. We're going to go down to number 4 now, because number 4 is a little bit different. So it says, use the symbol greater than, less than, or equal to compare. Use pictures as needed to solve. So the problem here is not everything is written in decimal form. So if I look around, I have some in place value form. I have some in fractions. So I have to convert. I want everything in decimal form. So if I look here, I have 23 tenths compared to 2 and 3 tenths. So 2 and 3 tenths, that's in decimal form. That one's all set. I don't have to do anything to that. 23 tenths, though, that's not in decimal form. That's in what we would call place value form. So I have 23 tenths. So I have to decompose this 23 tenths into some wholes, because this is an improper fraction. So I know that I have 10 tenths. That's one whole. So that's 10 pieces plus 10 tenths. That's 20 tenths total. I need 23 tenths. So if I've already used up 20, 10 plus 10 is 20. That means I need 3 tenths more. So 10 tenths plus 10 tenths plus 3 tenths, that gives me 23 tenths. And this is 1 plus 1 plus 3 tenths. So this gives me 2 and 3 tenths. And if I put that in my place value chart, I have 0 tens, 2 ones, 3 tenths. There's no hundred. So as a decimal, this is 2 and 3 tenths. My other decimal is got 0 tens, 2 ones, and 3 tenths. So I compare them. I look in the largest place, the ones place. They're the same in the ones place. I go to my next place, the tenths place. They're the same in my tenths place. And then I go to my hundredths place. There's nothing there. So if they're the same in the ones place and the same in the tenths place, that tells me they are equal. So that was 4A right there. All right, let's look at 4B. I have 1 and 4 hundredths compared to 1 and 4 tenths. So this one is in place value form, but I see a digit and a digit. So since these are both digits, I can just write that as a decimal. So let's start with the first one. This is, we're at 4B now. This has got 0 tens, 1 1, 0 tenths, and 4 hundredths. This number has 0 tens, 1 1, 4 tenths, and 0 hundredths. So again, I start in my largest place, in this case my ones place, 1 and 1, those are equal. I then go to my tenths place. I have 0 tenths and 4 tenths. So this is the part I want to look at because they're not equal, they're different. So 4 tenths is larger than 0 tenths, it's greater than 0 tenths. So that tells me 0 and 4 hundredths is less than 1 and 40 hundredths, or 1, 1 and 4 tenths. All right, so continue to use the place value chart. Your job is to finish all of 3 and 4.